For the past few years, I've been fascinated by wildflowers. Wildflowers provide food for pollinators like butterflies, beetles, bees, and more. Pollinators are an essential part of the earth as they are absolutely necessary for ecosystem functioning, food production, and overall human health. They are key for plant and mushroom survival and support dearly our planet's biodiversity. I am fascinated by wildflowers as they are the essence of how nature works in symbiotic relationships, as a collective, as a community, as a unity. As artists, we are collaborators. As humans, we are collaborators. We are the ones who shape-shift reality and open to new directions, just like the flowers. Observing the biggest creator of them all, the most amazing artist on earth, to commune with it, to humbly grasp the little wisdom pieces I may. By observing nature, its colors, the different beings, being in silence and awe is where little by little I am reminded that my flow state and my creative power have always been here, fully available. I am actually very happy to be doing this and sharing it with you because I've been going to these forests that I just went this morning to for the past year and a half since I moved to the Hudson Valley, and this is the first time ever that I am making plant cutouts. So I got one goldenrod and one wild carrot. And every time that I've come to this forest, which has been a lot of times in a year and a half, I always come here, give offerings, and I was so happy to today actually get one cutting of each flower because I want to show you what I sometimes do at the forest, or whenever, someone gifts me flowers or I buy flowers at the farmer's market, that is to observe them from pretty close, sometimes even doing it at the spot where they grow in the forest, just seeing the flowers pretty up close. I usually take a macro lens clip-on for my phone and look at them through this macro lens, and today I thought it would be super beautiful to share how these flowers look up closer. Because I feel that, these are wildflowers. A lot of them usually grow next to the highways, and sometimes we don't even pay attention to them. And I feel that nature is pretty much the most beautiful thing that exists in the whole universe. And I can just get soaked into seeing how vast and how beautiful just one tiny flower is. And I feel that sometimes when we are feeling a little uninspired or don't know what to do with our artwork next in that weird space, going out to nature and just paying attention for a little bit, really soaking into this beautiful world that just one leaf or one flower can be, it's just so simple but so beautiful. So that's what I want to share with you today. I will be making some macro views from the plants, and I hope you enjoy. I hope these sparks a little inspiration. So I brought two flowers today. The first one is goldenrod. I believe that this type of goldenrod is tall goldenrod. There's around 100 species within the goldenrods, and I actually first became aware of goldenrod after reading Robin Wall Kimmerer book, Braiding Sweetgrass, where Robin shares that she was very inspired by wanting to understand why do yellow and purple flowers grow together? Why is goldenrod always next to Astera mellus? And it's one of my favorite books of all time. I really believe that that book changed my life forever. But anyhow, goldenrod is known as a medicinal plant for a lot of reasons. It's great for the throat, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's been used in Chinese medicine a lot, in folk medicine, Western medicine, and one of the things that I love and actually just learned about goldenrod is that its Latin name is Solidago altissima, and Solidago in Latin has two different words. Solid means heal, and ago means to make. So it's pretty much named as the flower that makes heal, or the plant that makes heal. And every part of the goldenrod is edible. The flower can be eaten raw, the leaves, the roots. I personally haven't worked with goldenrod or communed with goldenrod in that way, but goldenrod is also great to attract the pollinators, and there is a specific type of honey which is made out of bees pollinating goldenrod, which I have tried, made by one of our farmer markets here in the Hudson Valley. But yeah, what else can we say about goldenrod? It is known as a composite flower. Composite flowers are flowers that are made from smaller flowers. So simple small flowers all together make one flower, and that is the case of goldenrod. We are going to take a closer look to the tiny flowers it has. And also, goldenrod is a hermaphrodite because it has both a male reproductive system and a female reproductive one. And the other flower that we will be observing today are wild carrot flowers. So wild carrots are a native plant to Europe and Southwest Asia, and they were introduced to North America back in the day. Nowadays they are considered a wildflower because they grow in so many parts of North America. And wild carrot is a beautiful flower to call in and invite in the pollinators. It is also great to grow wild carrot close to growing your own crops, as it will attract a lot of different pollinators and insects that we wouldn't want to be eating our crops. What else can we say about wild carrot? So wild carrot flowers, also the flower is made from teeny tiny flowers, which we will be looking up close. They grow in this radial form. It's called a compound umbel, and what it means is that pretty much the flowers have the shape of an umbrella. And wild carrots may look pretty similar to yarrow to a very quick look, but then it's super easy to distinguish them from the radius that wild carrots have underneath, as well as by learning how to differentiate their leaves, which are actually very different one from the other. Wild carrot is also known as a medicinal plant. It's been used to help and support urinary tract problems, as well as being super good as a digestive plant. And it's called wild carrot because it actually has a rooting vegetable and the roots smell like carrot. This carrot, wild carrot, can actually be eaten, but a lot of people don't eat it because it becomes sandy or bitter too fast. And wild carrot can also be irritant to the skin of some people and horses. So enough talking, let's get into looking at these beauty flowers closer up. Before we continue with today's video, I want to say thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Ana Luisa is this beautiful, sustainable jewelry brand. They made all the jewelry that I'm wearing today. They are carbon and water neutral as of this year, and they use 100% recycled gold and silver to plate all their jewelry. Make sure to check out the first link on this video's description if you want to learn more about Ana Luisa, about their impact, their mission, and maybe to get some beautiful jewelry for yourself or someone you love. Thank you once again, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring today's video and for having me as a brand ambassador. It's truly an honor to work with you. I hope you enjoy taking a closer look at some wildflowers, at goldenrod and wild carrot. Wildflowers are not only super important for our environment, they work in symbiosis with a gazillion other living beings. They help pollinators, they make our soils more nutrient and rich, thus the food that grows in wherever we are in our local area. And at the end of the day, it's great for the planet, they're great for us. This was a little ode to wildflowers, and I also think that it's such a beautiful practice to pay a little closer attention to nature. There's just so many beautiful details on a teeny tiny flower like what we've been seeing today. And you know, getting one of these tiny macro lenses for the phone is a great way whenever you go hiking or go outside, maybe even in your backyard if you have the luck of having one of those. It's just one of these little things that you pop on your phone and then you can take a closer look to nature. Thank you once again for tuning in. Let me know if you want to see more videos like these, just taking a closer look on nature. Thank you once again, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring today's video. If you want to check out their beautiful jewelry, and if you want to learn more about all the beautiful ways they're doing sustainable practices, please go to the first link on this video's description, where we are giving you a sweet discount, and you can also find out more about how it is that they are water and carbon neutral. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to subscribe if you liked if you like what you see on this channel. Feel free to follow me on other media streams. I hope you get some time to observe closer to nature today. I'll see you next time. Bye.